Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So I have built a new chainsaw that we're going to have here around the property to do a bunch of different projects with. Let me show you what it is. Okay, the saw I'm referring to is this MS660 clone that I built. Now I'm going to have a few videos of how I put this all together and the parts that I upgraded and went with OEM, so be on the lookout for those videos. Now this saw, I've only started a couple times. I haven't even put in any wood yet, but that's fixing to change. So for the next tank or two of gas, I'm going to take it a little easy on this saw, go 1/2 to 3/4 throttle, full throttle occasionally, but I'm going to try to keep it loaded up into the wood so I can get these piston rings to seat. So just briefly, a few of the upgrades that I did to this saw was I put an Elastostart recoil handle on it. I put OEM wrist pin and bearing in the saw. The saw does have a big bore kit. I went from the 54 millimeter piston to the 56 or 58, I believe. It changed it from a 92 cc saw to a 98.5, essentially. All the gaskets in the saw, I used OEM and the oil line pickup tube. This saw does have a high output oil pump on it because my plan is to do some chainsaw milling with this saw in the future. So I've only fired this thing up and ran it for just a couple minutes each, twice now. Hasn't been in any wood, like I said. The mixture that I'm running is a 32-to-1. It's Schaefer's oil. I mixed up a gallon of that last night, so I'm going to run it through this saw just to help keep everything a little more lubricated than normal. So there's several other parts that I upgraded into this. I can't remember off the top of my head, but I'll have a full list of part numbers in the videos whenever I post those for this all being built. But anyways, let's fire this thing up and see how it does in the wood. Okay, so I got that saw put together last night. I did run into some issues getting it started. I was unable to get it started last night. Ended up flooding it really bad. So ended up taking it to my aunt this morning. She's probably the best small engine mechanic that I've ever met. And I just wanted her to look over the throttle linkage because I thought it felt a little odd. She says all that is good, and the saw was just flooded. Okay, this is going to be the victim that we're going to test this saw out on. I'm going to cut it right up here at the crotch. That's about 8 foot. From there up to here, I'm going to end up trying to mill some of this. This is a blackjack oak. It's probably one of the worst trees I can start learning how to chainsaw mill on. But I'm going to get some of these limbs cut off, get that saw fired up, let it warm up for just a second. The saw is cold. It's been probably 6-7 hours since I've started this thing. It is ice cold to the touch. But I'm going to double check the bar oil and gas, and then I'm going to start whittling away at this blackjack oak. So let's see how it does. Okay, like I said, the saw is cold, so let's see what it's going to take to start it. The second time I started it was several hours after the first time, and I didn't even have to choke it. So I'm going to try that again and see how that works. But once I get it started, I'm going to let it warm up. I'll move the camera around and we'll start whittling away at this oak. Not bad for the first cuts. Chain is a little loose. I'll get that tightened. And I do have the oiler cranked up all the way. Looks like we're half a tank, a little less than half a tank. So I imagine this saw is going to drink the fuel, but so far I'm pretty happy with it. I just have a 24-inch bar on this saw. I know it can pull a whole lot bigger than that. I just needed something to get it up and going, something quick. If you guys had the saw, what size bar would you put on it? I've been contemplating 36 or 42, so let me know. Let me know what you'd put on it. If you planned on doing any chainsaw milling or cutting any big timber, what size bar? So that piece I just cut, like I said, that's 8 foot from this crotch right up here down to the end. That end was tapered real bad, so I went ahead and just squared it up. So I've got one metal hook that I need to get out of this tree, and I'm hoping I got cut through all the way enough. I didn't want to put the bar and chain in the dirt, but hopefully I got through enough. I'm going to take my cant hook and try to spin this thing. That'll work. Okay, that'll work. I just took that little wedge cut, stuck it down underneath it, mainly because I needed to get this metal hook unscrewed out of that tree. And I don't know if you can tell or not, there's quite a bit of color in this old oak. A lot of rings, a lot of dark water rings or whatever it is. Okay, and this oak is right around 21 inches across. Looks like closer to 20, that direction. But I don't know. I know it's got some checks in the end and some splits, but I'm still going to try to chainsaw mill this thing. I'll probably lay that split right there where it's horizontal and take a slab off the top and just start working my way down to the pith. But I don't know. I'm not a sawyer, but hopefully I can get this done. It should be pretty fun. Okay, well, I still need to do some tuning on that carburetor. It is running pretty heavy on fuel right now. So I'm still gonna be tweaking with those a little bit. Idle, I need to bring it up just a little bit. Once it's gotten warm, idle's a little different than when it was cold earlier. So those are just things I'm gonna have to tweak on over the next little bit while I get the saw broke in. Would I recommend somebody building their own chainsaw? As of right now, yeah, it was a pretty fun project to do. It's a pretty stout saw, so we will put it through its paces and see exactly what it will and won't do. But as of right now, I'm pretty tickled with it. I think it's going to be a good asset to have here on the homestead. All right, guys, so the whole build, there's a lot of footage. I haven't got it all edited yet. It's going to take me a little bit, but as soon as I get it edited, I will get it posted. So if you guys are interested in watching that saw be built or want any tips and tricks or anything to try to give yourself some less headache later on, go ahead and check those videos out when they become published. And as always, guys, if you found any of the information in this video helpful, go ahead and give the video a thumbs up. Consider subscribing to the channel, and we'll see you guys in the next one. Thanks.